Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Chris Long, Kenny Pickett probably breathed a sigh of relief against Bengals following coaching change. In recent weeks, the debate raged regarding the struggles of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense and if the issues were more related to offensive coordinator Matt Canada or second-year quarterback Kenny Pickett. The answer wasn't exactly a one or the other thing. It was a combination of both. But it was rather telling on Sunday in Week 12, on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals, just how different the offense felt and how much better it performed in the first game after Canada was fired last Tuesday. That includes Pickett, who turned in one of the best performances his career, completing 24 of 33 passes for 278 yards. He played with confidence, attacked downfield, processed well and was accurate with the football, leading to a strong day in the passing game. For former NFL defensive end Chris Long, Pickett's performance Sunday in the first game after the Canada tenure felt like a sigh of relief from the second-year quarterback. If you need any evidence that it was Matt Canada yesterday, you can explain a lot of shit away. But you can't explain 58 games without 400 yards. Numbers never lie. And they go out there and, I'm not gonna hold the points against them because what I saw from Kenny Pickett was confidence and the run game perimeter run sets up the inside run. Long said of the Steelers' offense while appearing on the latest episode of his Green Light podcast. They look like a functional running football team. And in the pass game, it's not just Pat Freiermuth down the seam. It's not just discovering a tight end who is the best friend of a young quarterback. It's also the two balls that Pickett delivered outside the numbers. Everybody loves the tight end and, yes, the touchdown to Deontay Johnson, which should have been challenged. These are great throws, man. These are legitimately really good throws. And I think Kenny Pickett feels like he probably breathed a sigh of relief for reasons unknown. Sometimes, change can be very positive. It seems that the change in offensive coordinators for the Steelers was very positive as Pittsburgh attacked downfield consistently in the passing game, had great balance overall with a strong run game, and really just felt like a different offense in general. Pickett took advantage of that downfield passing attack, connecting on 4 explosive plays through the air, including 2 20-plus yard air yard completions, matching his season total in that stat. Yes, you read that right. Pickett was on the money throughout the matchup. He looked as cool, calm and collected as he has at any point in the NFL, even against pressure looks. There was no real panic from him. He had the answers pre-snap, stood in there and fired the pigskin around the field with confidence. It was great to see, encouraging even. There's something to build on there, even if it was just one game. That sigh of relief is real. There's a fresh perspective above him in co-coordinators Eddie Faulkner and Mike Sullivan. It also sounds like there's a better form of communication when it comes to game planning. Sounds simple, but it's huge in the grand scheme of things, and the Steelers saw a great return on it right away Sunday. Should Steelers discipline Deontay Johnson? The Steelers finally topped 400 yards of offense in their Week 12 win against the Bengals. However, one of their players seemed to have a clear lack of effort on Sunday, which has some believing he should face some sort of discipline. Wide receiver Deontay Johnson didn't look like he wanted to be on the field during a play late in the first quarter. It was a run play by RB Jaylen Warren that resulted in a fumble, but instead of jumping on it, Johnson is seen walking to the sideline. It stopped what looked to be a promising drive by Pittsburgh's offense, and to make matters worse, he dropped a touchdown on the previous play. Luckily for Johnson, the Steelers won the game, or he would surely be facing even more criticism from those outside the team. It certainly wasn't Johnson's best showing of his 5-year career, and it comes a week after he reportedly got into a heated post-game locker room argument with safety Minkah Fitzpatrick where he had to be broken up by DT Cameron Hayward and LBTJ Watt. Johnson told reporters that he didn't see Warren's fumble and that the media was making too much of his post-game remarks last week. But either way, something must be done about his lazy play on the field and disruptive behavior off it. Right tackle Chukwuma Okorafor got benched in Week 8 for acting out, and it's safe to say that Johnson's antics are similar or worse. It's unlikely Pittsburgh would bench Johnson, who has 30 catches for 385 yards and a touchdown on the season, as the depth behind him isn't ideal. But head coach Mike Tomlin must have a conversation with Johnson, at the least, to understand his recent actions. There was so much to be excited about from last week's win over the Cincinnati Bengals. But one thing the Pittsburgh Steelers shouldn't be excited about was the effort by wide receiver Deontay Johnson on the fumble by running back Jaylen Warren early in the game. Johnson gave up on the play before it even started and even let the fumble bounce right past him without making any effort to get the football before Bengals cornerback DJ Turner scooped it up. Even after that, Johnson makes no effort to run down the play. He just strolls to the sidelines while his teammates continue to hustle. Former Steelers safety Ryan Clark was on ESPN's First Take and he did not hold back in his criticism of Johnson on that play. "First off, you see the effort on the block," Clark said. "He has his hands on DJ Turner." "Oh no, he doesn't. Watch Deontay Johnson. He's not even looking. Look. Go make a play. Go after the guy." "What Deontay Johnson showed me was that he was pouting, y'all," Clark continued. "He was pouting because he thought he had a touchdown. Then, when he didn't, he decided blocking this guy or running him off was not what I should do." Johnson was very fortunate that the fumble didn't turn into points for the Bengals, or we are having a completely different conversation. It was an ugly, lazy play from a guy who seems to be struggling with being part of the team right now. With the offense turning the corner, the last thing it needs is dissension among the ranks. Report: Shaquille Leonard should visit the Steelers later this week. On Monday, it was reported that the Steelers have growing interest in free agent linebacker Shaquille Leonard. Now there is a report that the Indianapolis Colts linebacker should visit the Steelers later this week. We'll see if the Steelers get his visit or if the Cowboys refuse to let Leonard leave the building without a deal. The Steelers could really afford to add Leonard to their roster. Unlike most free agent situations, Leonard's decision to sign with a team is not about money. Whatever his new contract pays him will just be compensation for what the Indianapolis Colts still owe him. And so one would think Leonard will value other factors, like familiarity and the potential to win a Super Bowl. Steelers have some advantages in this regard. And you fan, what do you think of the Shaquille Leonard situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.